today I'm at Evans Motorsport. I'm here to sort out a new set of tyres for the new bike, the new project bike. They're based in Alberton, Brackenhurst. If you're ever in the area, pop past for some excellent service.
It was my first time ever doing this, so please bear with me. I was learning as we go along. A mate of mine who owns the tyre shop was guiding me off camera, and that's why you see I keep looking around. To start the process, I loosened the front pinch bolts, front axle bolt, front brake caliper bolts, rear brake caliper bolts, rear axle bolt. Took the brake calipers off, tied them up and out of the way, and then removed the front axle to loosen the front wheel, take it out, and then removed the rear axle bolt, which then I slid the rear wheel forward, took the chain off, and then the rear wheel came out. The next stage of the process was to use the tyre machines now to break the seal of the bead of the wheel across to the rim. So you do that both sides of the wheel all the way around, and that loosens the actual rubber of the tyre from the rim. Once that was done, I then used the next tyre machine to actually remove the old tyres off of the rims. Again, this was first time, so I was learning. With time, you start to get better, and also with practice. So the front wheel actually went quite a bit easier to get the tyre off. I was doing this whole recording while the shop was actually open, so now and then I had to stop recording because there was customers around and people and other work that needed to be done. These are the new tyres that I'm putting on. They are Metzelers. It's a good combination tyre for both street use and occasional track use. I plan on, once I'm more comfortable with the bike, I'm going to take it onto track and have a couple track days. That's the idea. Let's see how that goes. I needed a bit of help to get the front tyre onto the actual rim itself, so my friend showed me how to do that, and while there's still soap or lubrication on the tyre between the rim and the rubber, you got to get the side bead of the tyre to actually seal against the rim. So I had to go pump it up quickly, get some air in the tyre to get the bead to seat properly. Take note of the white arrow on the rubber. The reason we do that is to ensure that the direction of the tyre itself and the rim are matching. It's not as easy to see the imprint on the rubber, so just as a precaution, go and draw it on with chalk. Now that arrow is what my mates play a prank with me later on in the video you'll see later.
Sometimes it could be a little tough. I just need to feel like the end's in sight for me. But let's be really real, anxiety can foggy all this stuff. I've been feeling weird, I can't seem to focus good enough. Nothing's really clear, sometimes it could be.
Having done the front tyre first, explained to me the process and helped me with understanding the machine. So the rear tyre actually went quite a bit easier, quite a bit quicker to get the tyre onto the rim. Again, here I'm pumping it up to get the bead to seat properly against the rim to ensure that we get a proper seal while there's still lubrication there. Doing the wheel balancing, wow, that took a lot of time. The process there is you put it on the wheel balancer, you let the wheel settle. At 12 o'clock position on the wheel, you draw a white line. You then rotate it like 90 degrees or 180 degrees and let the wheel settle again to verify that your 12 o'clock position or your white mark is right. Once that's done, then add a tape with a certain amount of weights, an estimate, and then we move the wheel again to give it a try to see if it would again go to 12 o'clock or if it would settle exactly where it was. if we got it right first time, the wheel would stay stationary. But as you can see, the wheel does move. It rotates back to the 12 o'clock position. Once we got the weight estimate right, we then took the insulation tape, the yellow tape, off and actually stuck the weights onto the rim itself in the same position. And then we verified that again by moving it like 90 degrees or 180 degrees and making sure that it actually stays there. We then did the balancing on the rear wheel. That took 15 grams of weight to balance. Once we had our position right, we then stuck them down and pressed firmly to ensure that they stick properly. To reassemble, I basically did the same process, just in reverse. Slid the wheel in between the swing arm. I put the chain on, lifted it up, the brake caliper holder in between the rim and the swing arm, slid the axle bolt through, just tightened it up finger tight, and then the brake caliper I put back on. I did grease up the brake caliper bolts with silicone paste and then tightened up finger tight. Here you'll see my mate walks up and he raises the directional arrow off the tyre, then draws on the new arrow but in the wrong direction to try and confuse me later on. Assembling the front wheel as well. I just greased up the axle, put the wheel in, with making sure direction was right, slid the axle in, tightened that up finger tight, put the calipers back on, greased the caliper bolts up with a bit of silicone paste prior, and then tightened up finger tight or with a ratchet. I did torque them down, you'll see a little bit later. I torqued them to the torque specs from the factory manual. at this point it was pointed out to me that I had put the wheel on the wrong way, obviously based on the directional arrow. This was obviously incorrect, as the wheel can only go on one way. Disc is on the right side and the chain sprocket is on the left side, but I was slightly confused for a bit. The front axle pinch bolts and then brake caliper bolts were tightened up to their respective torque settings. To do that, I had to take the front paddock stand off, put the wheel down. We bounced it on the front suspension a couple times just to get everything sitting right, and then torqued it all up. For the rear axle, we again took it off the paddock stand, just ensured that everything was straight, and then tightened up. Once everything was tight and done, I pulled the bike around to the side to pump some air into the tyres to their proper pressure. Triumph manual says 2.35 bar front and back, so pump that up.
Sweet. Check you later. Sweet.
Apologies for the bumpy video. The stabilization wasn't on the camera setting, so yeah, apologies for that. Tyres have their mold release wax on the tyre still. The first couple kilometers you're going to take it a bit easy just to get the wax to scrub off. Just went for a little bit of a ride after sorting the tyres out, just to scrub the tyres a bit. Took it a bit easy. Yeah, very nice and comfortable ride. We'll see as time goes on with the tyres. so much for watching the video to the end. It's greatly appreciated. If you enjoyed the video, please consider liking and subscribing. There's more content coming on the bike and various other projects. See you then. Enjoy.